Backyard dangers: why your dog's life may be in danger. Have you considered that your dog's life may be in danger just from him hanging out in your backyard? Regardless if the area is fenced in and seemingly safe from danger, you would be surprised at what may be hiding, ready to hurt or even kill your lovable canine companion. Your backyard may be a dog's paradise, but the area can be fraught with danger, especially if you have a puppy that is young, adventurous, and going through that oral fixation phase where he must chew on anything he can find. The worst age bracket for this problem is between 1 and 6 months. However, other types of dogs, such as golden retrievers as a prime example, seem to carry this chewing habit with them for the rest of their lives. Beware of the following backyard dangers. As a busy dog owner, you may not have the time or the resources to properly research many aspects of raising an adult dog or puppy. Therefore, here is a list of the most common dangers maybe that lurking in your backyard. This list is compiled from reports as outlined by the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, ASPCA. Fertilizers and compost piles. Ornamental ponds that contain blue-green algae. Toxins created by animals such as insects, toads, spiders, scorpions, and snakes. Poison from citronella candles, which are used to guard against mosquitoes. Swimming pool supplies and treatment chemicals. Mulch that contains cocoa, which are typically placed around shrubs and other plants. Fly traps that contain methanol. Poisonous plants like grapevines, azalea, masturbating sago palm, and calico. Snail and slug traps which contain formaldehyde. Use proactive if you can buy puppy poop in not only the yard area, but inside of your home as well. Close garbage cans tightly. Lock up all full supplies. Put away your lawn and garden materials. Further protect your animals by following the instructions carefully given on pesticide products, fertilizers, bug sprays, and other hazardous materials. I would even go as far as investigating all natural products that can be used to replace these poisonous dangers. Ask your veterinarian or your local landscaper for some recommendations. And if you ever suspect that your dog or puppy has ingested a dangerous poison, chemical, or is bitten by a venomous predator, contact your veterinarian or call the Animal Poison Control Center at 888-426-4435.